hoops, and except these are going to be kind of tedious. So the first part of my tutorial this morning is going to be kind of long, perhaps, just because these the pattern is kind of different, and it's just not one color right after the other one. This is kind of a different pattern, so it's going to take a little longer for these. And I'll show you my color palette in just a second. Let me see if I can see the camera. Make sure that you can see my hands and everything, and we'll get going. All right, so hope everybody's having a good day. It is Friday Eve, right? It's Friday Eve. All right. So I have my memory wire. Then I'm gonna take out my different colors that I'm gonna be using. All right, I got a pretty olive color. It's kind of dark green. It's not dark green, it's more of an olive tone. And then the little pearl beads and some gold ones. There's shiny red ones. And then I have some black beads. They're not shiny, these are matte. So that is the color scheme, and how I set these up, there's not really a rhyme or reason. I just kind of have, I don't know, just a few different patterns going. Not all just one singular pattern, so these will be interesting to create. Maybe I can be smart and get a split screen going between my example that I'm gonna look at and the chat area there, in case anybody comes in and is talking. But good morning. I guess I didn't do my intro. I'm Val, and I make jewelry creations, mostly earrings, and that's what my content is about. So feel free to join, like, and subscribe, and all those good things, and join the family. And welcome anybody that's there now, and also welcome anybody that watches the replay. Thank you much for spending time with me this morning. So I kind of wanted to get my work started early today, get it over with, so I could work more maybe on the business end later. Maybe do some work in Pinterest, continue to work on my emails, things like that. Okay, so I've got a loop here, and I'm gonna get going with, okay, let me see if I can get that split screen going here. I hope I can. All right, so the red ones are going to be a little harder to use because they're smaller, but the rest of them, they're easy. So I really have to pay close attention to this pattern, but occasionally I'm going to look over and see if anyone is chatting with me, okay? So that's all I've got so far, and you'll see in a moment. There's just it's just a little different. I didn't have a rhyme or reason. I just kind of put the different beads together, just in an attempt to do something a little different. All right, nobody's talking, so I'm gonna go back to my picture and continue. Yeah, these red ones are harder to work with. But the different sizes in the beads, that's also something that kind of gives it a little character, or gives this pair a little character, or like a different dimension. So I got those on red, green. Now I need gold. So even if you got a lot of colors, if you can get to the beads easily, then it's not so hard. Green, white. Might be that I have to cut the tip of that. It might be a little too jagged also. Have to look on there and see the size of those. They're really pretty beads. They're just so small. These are size 11, I bet. Yeah, they're size 11. The little small one. All right. So I think I need another green. And so that's what I have so far. You can see the pattern so far. Okay, now I need a red. They really do not want to go on here. Morning, everybody. That's there. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to do something about that. It's taking too much time. Let me see if I can snip off just the bare end there and see if that was the problem, if there was jagged edges or something. When I first made these a few years ago, I wonder what made me keep doing it, because I guess I really like that pattern or something, because they just don't want to stay on there. Might have to do something else so I'm not wasting everyone's time. Go to a different piece, because this is kind of a little tedious there. I'm gonna need a little more patience for this one, this pair. I think I used these colors the other day. I did. They're right here. And so I did it. I don't know why it's so hard on this one. But yeah, I did use that color palette the other day. I think over the weekend I made those, or maybe Friday. But they just do not want to go on there. Or either just grabbing some small beads, some beads that are smaller. Maybe I should change my strategy and look for the beads that have larger holes in the middle. Maybe. Okay, they just don't want to work. So we might have to reverse plans today and make a different pair. All right, I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna try to smooth out that wire a little. This is a tool that works when you're trying to clean off burrs from wire, for like when you put things in your ear. It just looks like this. There's a little circle there, and then there's a part in there. It kind of works like a file, but that's what this is, and that's what I'm doing right now. Just trying to file that down just a little to see if that's the issue, or if I just need more patience in the morning. They have the electric ones of these too. But I haven't invested in one of the electric ones because mostly I buy the ear wires. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if it's maybe a little easier now. It just does not want to go on these beads. I wonder if I have different memory wire than I used the other day. I wonder if somehow that is thicker. And I think that's it. See how that went on? And this is also memory wire, so I must have some that's a little thicker than, yep, it's going right on. Okay, so that is letting me know that I need to grab another spool of memory wire to see which one is thinner. At least I figured it out before I got too frustrated with that. Okay, I got another spool. Let's see if this is the thick one, as thick or kind of thin. This one seems thick again. I could just cut one off. Okay, this seems to be going on. I really thought all this was the same size. Very interesting. So, I don't know. That's curious, isn't it? So let's try again anyhow on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get patient and get these made. I think this is probably the hardest thing that I have to make today. Unless I come up with another design that's something new, but this is the hardest one I have today. And I think it's only hard because of that one color that's smaller. And it took a while before anyone purchased those too. Then I had one woman that said they had like a color olive, I think, in her outfit or something. So that's why she wanted them. But if you can look on the teardrops there, see how it's the pearl bead is a little larger than the smaller green and gold and red, and then that black one is about the size of the pearl. Just, I think it just adds a different dimension when you have different sizes, you know. So let's go again. And red is the first color on here. Should have left it there. Okay, so red. Morning, everybody that's joining me. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Okay, so now let's see if we can move forward. And hopefully our red beads will cooperate. Black. All right, we got 3 of these coming up. It seems to be okay. All right, that's what I've got so far. I'm just having to be patient with this one. It just they turn out nice. Just have to be patient with that pattern. Okay, let's see what I've got so far. Yeah, I'm about halfway done. And then the other one will be a lot easier because I'll be able to look at that one on the mat. It will go a lot quicker. Green, green, green. All right. Red. Okay. Gold, green, green. Okay, let's see what's next. That's what we got so far. Gold. If anybody is there that maybe didn't get to see what I was working on last night, when I get done with these, I'll show what I was working on yesterday. See, not so bad. Just a rough start. But it's all good. I've come to think of it, I've got an outfit that I could wear with these too. I need to make some for myself. It would probably look good with black or with any of the colors that are in here, I think. Green, 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 red. Okay, red, gold, and white. And hi, Linda. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being there. And thanks for watching. I've got a different color palette that I'm trying to match. I'm looking at a picture I took on that's on my computer, so that's what I'm doing. I'm almost done with this first one, so that means the next one should be easier. Green, red, and black. With this pair, I just kind of played with colors and just tried something different. Gold, white. Different sizes, different colors. But they are all seed beads. They just have different sizes. Okay, I think maybe one more. And it'll be time to close that one up and make the second one. I think I have room for another. Probably time now. I just try to get it close to the end there. That looks pretty long. Maybe one more. Nah, doesn't need another one. It's not gonna. Then what? Yeah, definitely didn't need another one on there. I tried to get the loop just like that one, so that it's not too. There aren't too many beads at the end, because then you a bead might break, or either they shouldn't just be all squished too much. You need a little room. And I need a different tool. I just need to flatten that wire there, so it's flush against the other part of the wire. And so now I'm finally halfway through that one. Like I said, that's probably the hardest thing I'll have to do today. Okay, and I need to put this one away. I can use that on a different one. For some reason, that wire, it's just this, I think it's the same size, but somehow that it's just ragged at the end, or maybe there's a jagged piece there at the end. So I'm going to put that to the side. I do too. I think I used to have mostly just one color, but then I started kind of branching out and just doing different things. But yeah, I like the different colors too. I think they're really pretty. I love blue, so this was really different for me because I'm always making something that is blue. But it's good to do things that are different, so I'm glad that I did this one. That other one I got, it had too much room there in the middle. This one is more the way it should be, without room in the middle. The reason that is important is because it would have made one hoop larger than the other. And sometimes if it's a small distance, you can't tell, but I've had it happen where I had to make a whole other one because they're two different sizes. So I try to use the first one that I make as my my marker to know how big that other one should be. Linda, what do you make? Do you make earrings and bracelets? Okay, both. That's good. I guess I'm gonna have to say earrings are my favorite, but I do like bracelets too. When I force myself to do different things, then I usually like the different things. I do too. I think I have a bunch of those let's see, the gemstone, the chip beads. But now my favorites are those Heishi beads. Let me get done with this one and I'll show you different gemstones that I like to use those too. They're very pretty. I think when I started with more with seed beads, and that's probably why I use them more. But when I started learning the different names of the gemstones, I think I just got interested in the different colors and the names of them, and then I started loving the chip beads. Oh, here we go again. Okay, we needed 2 red, I think. Or 3. Um, yep. Let's see. I wire wrap. I didn't yesterday, but yeah, I do. I try to. That's one of those things that I don't ever feel like I'm doing. I don't know if there's a perfect way, but yeah, I like to wire wrap. I have to find some. This is an example of something I was just messing with the other day. I have to attach an ear wire and a jump ring to that, but I kind of wire wrapped these mookaite beads in the middle of that connector. So I do a little wire wrapping. I think that technique is beautiful. I have to keep working at that so I can keep getting better and better at it. I'm looking to see some examples. There's one. This one is not that great. I guess it's kind of messy, but there's a labradorite bead, and then I just did. I think it was just one of those head pins that's pretty strong in the gauge. It must be like what 18 or 16 gauge, but it's just a head pin, and then I just wrapped a little bit there. So I do a little bit with the wire wrapping. I think I like to use the copper most when I do that. I don't know if it's because it's that wire I use is easy to work with, or I don't know, but I think I like the copper the most when I do the wire wrapping. Let me turn this around. Make sure I'm looking at the right thing. All right, let's see. Finish these up so we can work on something else. Green. I do have another one thing. I just was looking at it a second ago. That showed the wire wrapping. That's a little butterfly with a guess that's howlite, the imitation turquoise, and then there's the copper at the top. I do that one too. So I like to wire wrap. It's something that I have to keep practicing. Do you have a favorite metal to work with?